Right guys, this video is all about how to prevent back pain. Back pain is a very prevalent issue in the Western world in modern society. Again, when you've already got a bad back, it's very much likely to injure your back again in the future. So like they say, the old adage, prevention is better than cure. So how do you go about preventing back pain? Well, we know exercise is very good for all types of back pain. However, what is better than another is a debatable subject. In my opinion, although all exercises are beneficial, there might be something that's slightly better and it relates more to real life. The thing is, things like the traditional core stability exercises and such like, they're in weird positions, lying down, in 4-point kneeling, various positions, which again, how many people have ever come to see me who've said, yes, I was in this lying position or was in this weird position and I hurt my back. It's not very common. Most of the time people are like, I was bending over and my back went. So that means then maybe we should strengthen our back in positions which we use on a day in and day out basis. It makes logical sense. So effectively what I would say is that you need to strengthen your back in varying planes of motion with progressive load. So it's a true strengthening exercise, which by definition is increasing the load and the ability to take load, which again the research supports strengthening really, really highly. So what I would say is that manual handling people would say about keeping your back straight all the time and lifting through your knees and your hips and keeping your back straight. Well, that's all well and good. It is a stronger position. If you're going to deadlift your usual load, you'd want to do it in that way. But obviously you can't always bend in that way. A good example is a young mum having to get a baby out of a cot, has to bend over the cot side. There's no way you can get close to the load. There's no way you can get your back straight. You're going to have to lift that way. Another example is getting them into a car seat. Again, having to lean round and twist and stuff. Again, the load isn't close to them. They're rotated, they're side flexed. It's just all really bad positions. But again, if there's a position and an activity you've got to do and be tolerant to, you need to strengthen and train that movement and that activity. That would be the way you would work on it. So it's no different with this. So what I would say is again, also in the gym, getting back to this, in the gym, we strengthen the back, yes, but always in a straight position. So if you think about your deadlift, stiff-legged deadlift, squat, good morning and so on, even like with the upper body work, it's always keeping spinal neutral, posture in a good position and so on, which is good, but obviously doesn't really relate to prevention of back pain in the real world. So I would advise strengthening your back in a straight position, which you probably do if you already go to the gym. So doing things like a deadlift, a stiff-legged deadlift, a good morning, a squat, anything along the lines is great, and increasing the load progressively over time. Alongside that though, you injure your back in flexion a lot of the time. So a Jefferson curl is a great exercise for that, and there's a video on my channel coming soon on this. So effectively it's like a deadlift, but instead of keeping your back straight, you purposely round the back down as much as you can and then bring it back up. So you probably get a tap on the shoulder in the gym saying, mate, you're doing your deadlift wrong. But actually you're not. It's purposely done this way. In fact, Chinese powerlifters do this as an accessory lift to help them with their deadlifting. So if they, at the limit of their capacity on keeping their back straight, they happen to give a little bit into some flexion, they're at least stronger there than they would be if they didn't train at all there. So it's a very useful technique for that. So that would be your flex position. So you've got a straight position and a flex position. The next position that you want to train is extension. So an exercise on my YouTube channel for this could be Swiss ball lumbar hyperextensions. So this is where you lean over a Swiss ball, feet wedged up against the wall, and you round down towards the floor, and then you extend up into some slight extension, some slight arch in your lower back. And again, you increase the load by arm position as well as weight, and the video talks about that. There are gym equipments that do involve this as well, but it depends if your gym's got it. The next position is rotation. So again, there's a video coming on this soon, but you can basically tie an exercise band to one side of you or an exercise cable pulling machine, and you basically rotate round and you rotate this way and then come back and then do the other way. So it's just training rotation strength because you increase the load of your core and of your back. The next exercise is side flexion. So effectively, and there's more than one way to do this, of course, different exercises, but one example is where you do weighted side flexions. So you hold a weight in one hand within progressing weight over time, and you purely side flex to the side down with your spine, come back to straight and do the other side as well. So if you increase all of these areas with load tolerance over time, then when you encounter these positions in real life, you're much less likely to injure yourself. Now, if you want to go even further, another step further than this, you could do combination movements. You could do a bit of flexion with side flexion, you could do a bit of flexion with rotation, or even all three together as an actual exercise to be even more specific to real life. I don't necessarily say that to a lot of patients because you've got to be efficient with your time, but that is another way you could pull out all the stops and go even further with it. Again, optimization, anywhere from 1 time a week to 3 times a week for these type of exercises is going to be fine. Obviously 3 is probably your maximum recoverable volume, and once is probably just about going to get you some progress, and obviously 2 is probably in that middle zone. But feel your way into it and give it a try. So yeah, give it a try. Obviously it takes time to get stronger, but these are good exercises and good ploys, and they make good common sense to not get injured in the long term. So yeah, I hope you like the video, and leave me a like and a comment, and remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. We want to keep making great content for our subscribers, so if anyone would like to support the channel by making a pledge, then we would be extremely grateful, and you can do this on our Patreon page here.